All right, dy dx is equal to x. So in this case here, when you only have an x variable in your differential equation, that means the slope is going to be vertical. Each slope is going to be the same vertically. So we can see here that we have at x equals 0, we have a 0 slope. So that is an easy way to identify when we have a single x. And then along those same lines, if you just have a y value in your differential equation, that means that your slopes are going to be the same horizontally across the screen. And one other thing I see here is when y equals 2, the differential equation will equal 0. So that's a tip for when you just have a y variable. Okay, when you have expressions like x minus y, what you want to look for is what x and y values would make the dy dx equal 0. So we can see here if that x and y are the same value that we would get 0. So we can see we're going to get a diagonal 0 there at 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. So the slope would be 0 at those values. So that's an easy way to identify that. When your differential equation is a trig value, just remember that when you take the antiderivative of sine, you have negative cosine. So we're going to get a wavy slope field. And those slopes should fluctuate between -1 and 1 here. And we can see that this slope field waves as we go across the x values. All right, for negative x over y, the first thing I would see is that we have a y in the denominator. So we can't divide by 0. So there should be no slopes at y equals 0. And we can see that in the graph. The other thing I can see is that I have a 0 slope along the y-axis, so that's when x equals 0. And then the other tip is that when the x and y values are the same, we should get a slope of -1. So I can see that in this case here at 1, 1, I have a slope of -1. At 2, 2, I have a slope of -1, and so on. Okay, in the final example, if I have dy dx is equal to x plus y, what I would look for here is the 0 slope. And I know that x and y would have to be opposite values so that when I add them together, I get 0. So we can see there that at -1, 1, -2, 2, 1, -1, 2, -2, we can see the 0 slopes. So that is a tip for if you have x plus y. Okay, I hope this helps. We usually see these in multiple choice type problems where you have to match them on the AP test. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.